Hi Karuna.
Saka, namaskaram.
Namaskaram. Uh, I know you've been doing a wonderful job, and I just recall those earlier days, and I see a kind of a sapling which is now grown into a fruitful tree, a tree that would give shade to others. So congratulations.
Thank you, Akka.
And I wish you all the best on your journey.
Thank you so much, Akka. And Akka, when I saw you, it was in Tennangur as this very, very young.
Yeah, that's what I said. You were a small little sapling then, and you've grown.
But always, I think my fascination for literature and how you have made it accessible to people who are not knowing the language and communicating that has always been one moment of awe for me. There is depth and then there is accessibility, which is very rare.
Thank you, but then I think literature is that, right? Literature is for us not plainly read but then follow. So that is where I think the accessibility is important.
Absolutely, Akka. Absolutely. And for Tiruchendur, Akka, we presented it for the Nardagan Sabha. And I should say, Tiruchendur chose me in the Solanana. Choose Pandala.
Yeah, in fact, I saw that presentation of yours also. It was wonderful. Like, the entire skandam is a kind of a personal story for every individual. And I could really, feel being inside when I saw you present Tiruchendur.
Yes, Akka, thank you so much. And what we intend to do, Akka, is to take it to the diaspora in different parts of the world, which is brought together by one single Murugan Unarvu, and that is the linking thread, and we really hope that we.
I do agree with you, because this Murugan Unarvu is not anything recent. And if we go back into what is called the Tamil heritage or Tamil civilization, we always say Murugan is Tamil Kadavul. And if you try and trace anthropological history, it is natural that the early men and women lived at an altitude. They must have been a little scared of the natural forces, a little scared of waters, huge bodies of water engulfing suddenly. So they probably chose a little higher level of living. And that is why we find hilly areas and hilly tracts, Kurunji, and Murugan is the Deivam for Kurunji. And subsequently they should have slowly migrated down the slope, grazing culture, and to the plains, agriculture, and then along the rivers to reach the sea, and subsequently kind of interaction across.
So some are the
early civilizations, or I would not, we may not even be able to use the word civilization, because generally if it's civilization, we think of riverside civilization. But this must have been mighty earlier, might have been very, very early, when people lived, small groups of men and women who lived at the altitude and then descended slowly.
I would really request you to bless us for this tour, which we want to take up in the next 18 months, going to 5 continents and meeting Murugan Unarvu wherever we are going there.
Wherever humankind exists, there you would definitely have Murugan Unarvu. It is not a separate Godhead or anything. I would just want to remind you of the name that we have for Muruga. We call him Ilam Purna. Purna is completeness. So he is complete and he is all over. So I am sure that Muruga would come along with you He's so famous for traveling, please remember. You know, he traveled around the world, not once but thrice. So I'm sure you as a Vahana, you're carrying him and he would come along with you. He would bless you. He would be always with you.
Thank you so much, Akka. Thank you so much.
Thank
really
you.
Grateful. Thank you.
Let's say Sevalum Mayilum Potri.
Tirukkaiyil Potri Potri.